What I'm going to be saying today might be a bit of a hot take, might be kind of controversial, and it might give me a little bit of lashback, but again, here goes nothing. I feel like at the end of the day, what matters is that you speak your mind, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. If you have a differing opinion, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and we can definitely discuss it. So as always, welcome to the arshansamimian show, where we discuss the 5 following pillars: politics, power, philosophy, business, and as always, combat. Now, today I'm going to be talking more in the philosophy section, and it's going to be about my problem with this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, without further ado, let's just begin. So, I have read this a good 3 or 4 times, maybe more, and not only that, but I've spent time talking to people about this book, reflecting on it, taking notes, trying to actively, practically apply this as much as possible throughout my life. And I found that it has created tremendous benefits for me. I think it's changed how I view people, how I interact with people, but also how other people interact with me after they read the book. And a part of me, as much as I love the fact that I've read it, I'm almost starting to regret it. It's probably one of the most well-known books today, and I guarantee everyone wants to become successful in social interactions, becoming a well-liked person, and no doubt this is why they got the book. But when I think about this book, it's just so superficial. I'm sure the author is a great guy. He must have put in a lot of effort, and I truly do credit him with writing this book. I mean, he definitely said a lot of things that revolutionized how we view the social landscape today, but I don't know about you, but for me, I'm a very, very no bullshitty guy. So when I'm in social interactions, I honestly just prefer when people are straight up. And when you think about children and animals, one reason that we lower our resistance so much towards them, why they instantly appeal to us, why others repel us, is literally because of the fact that they're just genuine. They're not trying to use some sort of an ulterior motive, or to act like they're happy when they're not, or to act like they're angry when they're actually happy. They literally just wear their hearts on their sleeve, and although it might be a little immature at times, like when they throw temper tantrums, we honestly love them for it. We love children, we love it. We love when we see just a 5-year-old kid getting emotional because, at the end of the day, they just have this spontaneity. They have this childlike quality that we adults, for the most part, have lost. And it's just an ability to be natural, to be ourselves, to literally not have any resistance when you go towards people, to not try to actively use a tactic like listening to someone or anything like that when we interact with them. And I think that while this is a great book, and while I love it, and I think I am happy I read it to a degree, I think there's a lot of people who read this book with the wrong motive, with the wrong understanding of how social interactions should work, and they become almost like these mechanical people, where it's so obvious that when you talk to them, they're always playing at an angle. It's always like they're listening to you not because they want to listen to you, but because they want to charm you. They are complimenting you because they want you to pay them something, or because they want you to do something for them. And a lot of the time, it just makes me feel kind of like almost ripped off of my money's worth sometimes. Not because of what I read, but because so many people that I talk to, it's very obvious that they've read some of these books and they're trying to actively use it. I'm a very no bullshit guy, and I love people who can wear their hearts on their sleeves. It's a very hot take, but I like it. I miss the times in middle school. I have such a vivid memory. I miss when I was in elementary school and preschool, and people would just get emotional. If someone didn't like you, yeah, man. I mean, he might just say it to your face. If you thought you were kind of chopped and your hair looked bad, he'd just make fun of your hairline to your face. And yeah, sure, some of it was immature, and a lot of people were jerks when they were little kids. They just have this quality of just honesty, of not really giving a shit about trying to put on an act, a facade of someone that they're not. They can literally just emulate who they truly are. And that's what I love about certain people. I meet certain people that, believe it or not, they say what's on their mind. If they disagree with you, they literally say it to your face. They will have a debate with you about what they think is right and versus what you think is wrong. And what I find is that they've tended to become some of the most well-liked people ever, because not because they're good charmers and they can listen, which is more superficial and might get quick likes at the beginning but usually fades away later on. It's because they're so natural. They don't try to charm you. They don't try to win you over. They just tell you what's on their mind. And those people who don't try, who literally just show you who they are, who show you their natural self, who disagree with you when they think that your idea is bullshit, those people, honestly, I feel the least resistance towards, because I feel like I can trust them. The last thing I like is when I am in a social interaction and someone is visibly, just so obviously trying to charm me, trying to, it's just, I can't explain it, but it's so obvious after reading these books when someone it has read it too and they're trying to like actively use it against you. I'm all for being a genuine guy, but if you are somebody who's literally reading these books and you are acting mechanical, I can tell, and a lot of other people can tell too. And maybe that's a huge telltale sign that you are approaching these social interaction, friendship books wrong. The point of them is genuine. And if you read in this book, there is a part of it that talks about the importance of being genuine and how a lot of people can honestly tell when you are being genuine and when you're not, when you mean something and when you don't. And we're human beings, so we attune to others' moods and personalities so easily. And usually, when somebody says something and they don't mean it, or they simply compliment us over and over, simply with the hopes of charming us and making us like them, we can tell they radiate that mood, that vibe. And it's just all the more repelling than someone who can just tell you their ideas. If they think that you're full of shit, that's honestly way more attractive to me than somebody who spends all their time trying to charm and please you and look like some consummate manipulator when they're really just fooling themselves. We're human beings, and what I find is that while this book is very beneficial to a degree, it teaches you things that are helpful. In the real world, it's not about how much you try to charm someone. It's about whether you can actually just radiate your true self in a genuine way where you can implement these laws or these tips not while thinking about it, but simply by doing it. If you can literally just be a person who likes someone and doesn't try to like them or doesn't try to appear genuinely interested in them as preached by this book, they like you that much more. If somebody is just so blatantly honest with you all the time and they tell you when your ideas are full of crap and when they don't like something that you said, that to me is a lot more attractive, and that personally shows me that they care, because people that they care are able to be upfront. They're able to address things that are harder to be addressed. And a lot of people, when they hear me say this, they think I'm saying you have to be bossy, you have to be a know-it-all. I'm not saying you have to be a know-it-all, but I am saying that if you think something is full of shit and someone is full of shit, or an idea is full of shit, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid of somebody feeling insulted simply because you weren't trying to charm and please them. If I'm working in a business field and I present an idea and somebody thinks that I'm full of shit as a human being, or whatever I'm saying is full of shit, and they simply tell me that my idea is crap, chances are I would be a lot happier with that. When I like to talk to people, but when it comes to time to work and get things done, I really don't like the chitter chatter, this and that goofing. I just like to get straight to the point. And we all need to understand that a lot of people don't like this superficial charisma that appears to be real when it's really not. I have met a lot of people who are more in the introverted side, and when I interact with them, I find that they hate it. They hate all this superficial charm, the how was your day, the all of this more bigger small talk where you try to show them that you care when it's really obvious to them that you're just trying to appear to charm them. A lot of the time, if you can just be an upfront dude and just literally talk to people with an open mind as if you were a child, while not trying to be a douche to people, you can find that you'll actually be a much more likable guy. So, in hindsight, when I recollect on this book, I want to make it clear that I don't think that this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, is completely useless. I think that it's 100% true, and it is literally reliant on human psychology, and it is evidence based just by all of the historical occurrences that have happened in this world. I think that the problem with it, and my personal problem with it, is how people approach it. They approach it in a mechanical way where they try to take advantage of people and they try to place themselves above other people's psychologies as if they are some mythic god who can manipulate people and charm people simply by acting and not actually saying what's on their mind, but saying what they want to say to please the other person. And my lesson out here for those of you who are reading these books with the sole purpose of just charming people and being liked is that if your 100% goal out of this book is just to be viewed as a cool and nice person by someone, or just to be able to get others to go to you, I would recommend that you reflect a lot more on your own self and your why before you actually pick up this book. Because if you pick up this book with that intent, solely for just charming people and making them like you, without finding a way to actually like them for who they are, it's going to make the game of social interactions that much harder for you. I can tell you that from firsthand experience how hard it is trying to read a book and act so mechanical and constantly think about how to implement all of these rules and the social subtle game of everyday life. So that's my thoughts on what my problem is with How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And again, thank you all for watching today's podcast of the arshansamimian show. If you have a very differing idea from me, if you think that everything I said is full of shit, again, wear your heart on your sleeve, be completely honest, and just please tell me in the comment section. I'm not a guy to be offended. I love that. I love it when people are honest with me, and I would love to have a discussion with you, either in the comment section or I might even set up a call if that's what you like. As always, have a great day, everybody. Follow, subscribe if you liked it, share this with other people if you enjoyed it, and as always, stay blessed.